So for this next bit, we're going to be drawing a character of our own, or an anime character of our own. We've already done a character that exists in a property already, so I thought it would be fun for this next section is for us to design our own character. So when people think about anime, again, we think about anime as being a particular style. Anime has a couple of identifying features that set it apart from other styles of animation. Truthfully though, anime is really just sort of the Japanese term for animation. So anime could be considered anything animated. So it's just cartoon style, y'all. But in thinking about stereotypical anime characters, what sets anime apart stylistically from other types of media? One of the big ones is the eyes. Again, you tend to think of like really big, very expressive eyes. You could also say that like the hairstyles, so spiky, colorful. You can find a lot of unnatural hair colors in anime. It's not always the case, but again, tends to be true. You could say, I'll call it unrealistic or elongated proportions. They don't always have to be elongated. I've seen plenty of anime where they have like very small or chibi styles of drawing the human body. So again, think of anime not as sort of the end-all be-all. That's not the goal. It's just a particular style that is built on a foundation of, again, knowing anatomy and knowing all this other stuff. So, but again, just for fun, let's draw an anime character. Like I said, I thought it would be fun to design our own character. So we're going to start with the first step that we usually start with a lot of different projects, which is the brainstorm. So for this step, we're going to brainstorm and ask ourselves a couple of questions about our character and who they are. So there's lots of different archetypes or sort of types of characters to make. I had been kicking around a couple of ideas just because I'd had these archetypes on the brain. So there's like shonen heroes, which I've already done a shonen character. That's Kakashi from Naruto. There's magical girl. We've got action and adventure and fantasy and sci-fi. There are so many different genres or archetypes that you can draw on. So ask yourself, what type of story is this person going to be involved in? There's like slice of life. I mean, I could go on and on. There's lots. Drama, mystery, etc., and so forth. Like I said, I've for some reason have like magical girls in the brain. For those of you unfamiliar with the magical girl genre, it includes such staples as like Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura. There's a billion others, but they all involve sort of an ordinary girl who, through some circumstance, gets magical powers. So let's design a girl who gets magical powers. So we're gonna have like her everyday or her civilian appearance, and then we're going to have like her magical girl sort of appearance. So what does she look like every day, like going to school and stuff? And then what does she look like when she's like fully transformed? Like I said, this is a brainstorm. So I'm going to be starting to throw out some ideas. I've seen a comic where they had sort of retired magical girls, I guess. I thought that was kind of great. Magical girls tend to be like older elementary age to like high school. So maybe this person is like, I don't know, college age. A magical girl in college? I don't know. I'm just sketching out some ideas. Starting with a silhouette. So a silhouette is basically the outline of something. So if you've ever had a bright light shining behind someone, they're like standing against a door and they're silhouetted in the doorway. They're just basically a blank shape that you can only see the outlines of. Okay, what does this girl look like when she's just going about her business? You know, like what does she wear? I'm wearing a hoodie, so of course I drew her wearing a hoodie. Very common to see the magical girl in like school uniform. Maybe I want to move away from that. I'm sort of hitting a brick wall with her everyday look. Let's talk about what she looks like as a magical girl. There's a lot of design elements that seem to be common. There's like a skirt, possibly frills, ribbons are almost certainly on there. Some sort of hair accessory. What else? Like a magic wand. You know, they've got something they draw their power from, or that they use to transform. Just fashion. It's a very fashionable look. You're not going to see a magical girl who transforms into like a hoodie, like jeans. So they're like dressed up. It's very cutesy. All right, so I've been kind of meandering around. I've been brainstorming, and I think I need to go back a step and really think about what sort of magical girl, what sort of story am I trying to tell here? I think I've been leaning toward the idea of breaking the magical girl convention, and there's a few series that do even that. So I'm trying to think of how I can put a twist on this. So trying to determine like where in this genre, where in these genres this story is going to fit. Because I think you can have magical girls with like mystery. What if she's like a Western themed magical girl? Or like a cowgirl. Cowboy magical girl. So I'm basically just trying to like mush up two of these genres to make something new. What do cowboys wear? Like a flannel shirt. Maybe she's got like a jean skirt, I guess. I don't know how conducive that is to like riding horses or whatever cowboys do. So maybe her sleeves are fashion, so she's gonna have ripped sleeves because that's a mainstay of the magical girl genre, I guess. I'm gonna give her big work gloves. So she's gonna have these like leather work gloves. So flannel shirt tucked into jean skirt. So she's also going to be wearing like cowboy boots, sure. So why wouldn't she? Well, and maybe like socks above that. And what could her magical item be? I don't know. Lariat? It's like a lasso. Sort of a Wonder Woman situation. Maybe. I feel like she should have some sort of like design thing, some sort of accoutrement, but I can't think of what that is, so we'll just go with this for now. So I've got kind of moved away from these guys. This actually just feels like a fantastic version of what someone who works on a ranch might actually wear. I think I'm gonna give her like cutoff jeans because why not? Okay, so I've got kind of an overall look. This is still very rough, so maybe we can move over to designing what her face is going to look like. And again, this is just a brainstorm. So I've got sort of a cowboy hat situation. Look up reference, folks. I'm gonna look up reference for how to draw a cowboy hat, because I can't draw one from memory. Google Images is your friend. Also, I get to sort of choose what kind of cowboy hat I'm going to give her. Okay, already I have been proven wrong. So they kind of turn up at the edges, come to a center point, then turn up again over here. A little dip in them. Meh, okay. So I think I've given her kind of like fluffy hair. So she's got like sort of poofy hair and then a ponytail. That absolutely does not work. You cannot wear a hat and have a ponytail. Ponytail has to be like way down here. And of course we're gonna have big anime eyes. So this is where we're sort of figuring out what her personality is like. A cow rancher, a cowpoke sort of person. So maybe she's like outdoorsy, maybe a little rugged, determined, because she works with cows or whatever. I don't know. I want to put her arm over here and she's like throwing, she's like about to toss this lasso. I have no idea what her magic powers are, because I haven't thought that far ahead yet. Alright, so I've got her gloves, her arm doing its thing, the gloves a little more substantial. I want this to be like a practical magical girl, I guess. Alright, so we've got a lariat. That goes over here. And that goes down like that. Or like this. Okay, cool. Alright. What else do we need? We do a couple of facial expressions. I mean, we're not really doing a character sheet, I guess. But maybe I should figure out what her hair looks like under the hat. I'm just gonna make it big and chunky. Just kind of hanging in her face. Because that's great for working with cows. I've also made her very angry. Angry but determined, yes. Alright, so we've got big eyes, a look of determination. Maybe she's like rowdy, so she's got like a band-aid on cheek. That's how you signal that a character is a rough boy or rough girl. Okay. Cool. So we have, again, sort of our overall character. Much like the Kakashi drawing, though, I think I want to put her into like some sort of action pose. So I think I'm actually going to use this pose. I've mentioned before, I'm going to be doing this piece digitally. So what I like to do when working on a digital piece is start it off in one of two ways. Either I'll do a sketch in my sketchbook, take a picture of it, and then put it into my whatever drawing program I'm going to use, or I will sketch it directly into the program. It really just depends on whatever I have available to me. If an idea strikes me while I have pen and paper in hand, I'll just go ahead and sketch it in my sketchbook. If I'm sitting at my computer and I have my drawing program open and I have my tablet at hand, I'll go ahead and sketch it directly in. So there's a couple of different ways to start this drawing. Since I have kind of a strong sort of idea here, I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of this and put it into my program.